doing a little better. But yeah, this is not an easy map to read on. It is. I mean, sorry, on easy. So, how ironic is that? Not an easy map to read with easy. Yeah, but I just, you know, having a fun time. I think that the best thing about tournaments a lot of times is just meeting new people and getting to play dumb OC maps with them. You know, maybe hopping on multi. And I think, like, a lot of times, like, you know, 5USC, they were talking about, like, you know, getting rid of, like, warm-ups and whatever. I think, like, honestly, warm-ups is one of the funnest parts about, like, you know, like, just having the, like, I don't know, there's something about, like, playing in a warm-up and, like, something, like, really crazy, or, like, having, like, a funny warm-up, something interesting like that. But yeah, it does seem like Choi is faring a lot better on the easy, and as I said, Tyrizzle, a Hard Rock monster. So yeah, I mean, maybe they're warming up for the easy one first pick, but I'm gonna assume easy gets banned in this match. I mean, yeah, I will say I have played against this Choi guy before, and I have played with Tyrizzle before. And this Choi guy is just like a freaking different breed. I don't know, man, like, he FC'd every map when we played RTT. And it was kind of insane. Tyrizzle, on the other hand, definitely one of the better Hard Rock, especially skill cap players, and able to be able to play DT very well. As well. So I mean, high AR is this guy's main, like, domain, and I think that, like, it's kind of insane to see, because this guy's, like, very good at the game when it comes to Hard Rock and DT. Just a Hard Rock, you know, very consistent monster. And then from there, like, I think a lot of these players I don't have a lot of info about. But I'm just gonna, you know, try to base it on vibes, try to understand with a few picks, and I should be able to give some good commentation after I figure that out. But yeah, Choi is able to play this. I do not know if that's sight read. I don't think that's sight read, but if it is, impressive. And then a solid score from everyone there. I think we are going straight into picks and bans then. Tyrizzle rolls a 1. Oh my god, dude, that is so... No, because it's actually funny, because Ayano rolled a 1 in our freaking AIM Legends Online match, like, yesterday, dude. And then I see the 1 again. And apparently Tyrizzle's getting kicked from the team, dude. Unfortunate. It happens. But yeah, so Choi's gonna choose pick order, and he's gonna choose second pick. Interesting. Because usually if you're the first team, you usually want to pick first. But I don't know. Tyrizzle probably gonna choose second ban here. This Choi guy, man. But yeah, second ban. Makes sense. Usually when you're given the option, second ban is a little better because you get to see their first ban. But yeah. So yeah, Choi's gonna be banning the DC2. Makes sense against this DT roster. Definitely Minnesota has the ability to play some of these speed picks and these streaming picks pretty easily. And I think if Washington is lacking on that, then the next ban is probably going to be either No Mod 2 or Free Mod 1. I'm assuming No Mod 2, because banning Free Mod 1 seems like a bad option, especially since Washington's consistency is pretty good. What did I say? I said something. I don't know. Go Michigan. I don't know, man. I don't think that's Michigan. Heading to easy one, getting banned makes sense. Taking the easy and the hidden off of the table. And I mean, it makes sense for Washington A to maybe go for the free mod 2 now. And from there, I think it's just going to be a Nomad 2 ban. Leaving Fremont 1 open is a little bit of a troll, in my opinion. Unless they just have 3 consistent, comfortable Nomad 2 players, which on this Nomad 2, I really don't think is true. So yes, the Nomad 2 is coming out, and you know, that's the same bands as us on, on Mass A had, which is kind of funny. So maybe Washington A has the same streaming disability we have. But yeah, making sense, you know, like these bands are absolutely what I'd expect. Minnesota really wanting to take all the reading off the table so they can really hyper-focus on those Hard Rocks and those DTs. And I think Hidden's going to be a good pick against them. And then Washington, they just don't want to play tapping, and I get it. And I think they are more comfortable picking that consistency. I think Nomad 1 is a good pick for them, honestly. You know, Fremont 2, great pick. I think that, you know, I think Hiddens are great picks. Especially because I don't think Minnesota has a third comfortable Hidden player. And I don't even know if, like, Washington has that as well, but I do think they will be a little more comfortable on the Hidden, especially because Hidden 2 got banned by Minnesota and not Washington A. Yeah, I mean, it's a little interesting here. Fremont 1 will come out of Minnesota. Makes sense when the opponent's banned DT2 and Nomad 2. Why are you not picking Fremont 1? Makes, honestly, perfect sense. And I think after that, Minnesota will try to hard lean into the DTs. So I'm assuming like a DT3, I'm assuming like a DT1, I'm assuming like even maybe DT4. I don't know if DT4 is the best pick for Minnesota. I don't know if they're consistent at kind of like that type of map. But we'll see. How long is this map? Probably like 5 minutes. Okay, we're going into the map. Good luck, everyone's coming out. Right now, it's going to be 0-2 Garrett Meepers versus Troy, Pooch, and Humurious. What? Humurious. I don't know, man. We'll see if I can pronounce that. I'm just going to call you Humor, man. And yeah, this is Everything Will Freeze. It's interesting. Everything Will Freeze. I think that it's a good map to pull. I think it's definitely very hard on Hard Rock. So I'm a little surprised. I think Meepers will fill the Hard Rock here. Garrett is probably gonna go Nomad and the 0-2 probably Hidden. I'm assuming that Choi is gonna be going Nomad, Humurious, Hard Rock, and Pooch Hidden. And then we'll see. I think that this is a bit more of a coin flip than Minnesota is thinking, but it could also just not be. I don't know. They might be totally tapping gapped on Washington. I don't know. Alright, so yes, Meeper's going Hard Rock, Garrett going Hidden, and the 0-2 going Nomad. Choi Nomad, Humurious Hidden, and Pooch Hard Rock. Gotcha. And I mean straight, like out of the gate, no breaks, nowhere. Everyone seemingly comfortable. I do think that Minnesota does have an ACK advantage here, especially on the side of their Hard Rock player. Pooch having 92, Meepers having 95. So yeah, I mean 10k difference right out of the gate. No breaks yet. But as I say that, something's gonna break. Okay, no one's gonna break. And yeah, I mean, obviously, I don't know. Both these teams look comfortable on this. I mean, this map is one of the easier tapping maps, I will not lie. Especially on Nomad and on Hidden. I feel like this map is not that hard. Troy fighting a break on the 1/3, and I mean, that is horrible right out of the gate. I mean, 50k difference to the side of Minnesota. You can see why Minnesota picked this. You can see why the tapping might be a little better for the side of Minnesota. 0-2 finding a break, which is interesting because Humurious and Pooch are both holding versus Garrett and Meepers. And Pooch finding a break, that's huge. An 80k difference. And Meepers Reaper's finding a break, so it's just Garrett versus Humurius, and Humurius is on the hidden, just like Garrett. It's a battle of the hidden players, and right now Choi has a pretty good recovery combo. So it's 70k difference. Reaper's finding another break. That is not good. If Pooch can hold some combo here, that would be absolutely immensely important for Washington right now. And I mean, it's a 70k difference just based off AC, but no breaks straight out of the gate. And I mean, Choi finding a break, that's not good. And I mean, it's an 80k difference. Humurius finding that break is probably enough for Minnesota to take this. There's time left. I think there's around 1/3 of the map left, but it's a 150k difference, and there's no combo to be had on the side of Washington A. And even if Minnesota missed here, I don't know. Garrett is just going to keep holding. Pooch does have a little bit of combo on this Hard Rock, but the AC is not going to help. Alright. And I mean, Humurius finding a break as well. Pooch finding a break. And right there, that's going to seal it. That is 300k difference. And a nice first spin from Minnesota. And they take it. And I mean, you can see the tapping difference here. The tapping consistency. I mean, Garrett having this really nice score on hidden. Could be an FC here. Almost 800k. Pooch finding a break. Choi finding a break. Humurius finding a break. Choi actually staying alive. Wrong person. But right now, it's just almost 1,000 combo for tier 2. And Garrett literally FCing for, like, God knows how long. And Meepers with 800 combo. And it's just an 800k difference. And, yeah. And that's what hidden is. And that's what free mod is most of the time. I mean, and tapping in general. I think tapping is very, can you play it or not? And as you can see, Minnesota are the people that can play it this match. But I do think that going into the hiddens is probably a good idea for Washington here. I do know Garrett can play hidden. I mean, that 900k score is pretty damn good. But I don't know if they have players that can actually back up that hidden. All right, I'm going to be right back, though. I need to go grab my tablet. Okay, I am back. Sorry about that. I had to go grab my tablet charger from, not charger, cable. Left it at the mass meetup. Alright, DC1 getting picked. Interesting. Whoa. Alrighty, I am finally back. Okay. Now, I don't know if it's just me, but I am kind of like sick of cha-cha-cha. I didn't even practice the map that much. I have to play it. I had to play it for another tournament. I don't remember. I think it was the blind matchup cup. And that freaking. That was low-key kind of annoying. Some people really like this song. I don't know, man. I like Eurovision. I like Eurovision songs. I hope No Mod 1 gets picked. Please, No Mod 1 get picked. But I don't know. I will say this pick into Minnesota feels a little troll. I don't know. It's just their strong suit, Minnesota's, is high AR, right? And Washington are taking a gambit on this high AR. And I don't know if either of these teams have the support to triple FC or to really like fully lock in this pick. And so that might just be like Washington not having many good picks and just wanting to see if they can kind of, you know, flip the coin, win, and grab a point and grab momentum. And yeah, so we're going into the map. I don't know how I feel about this as a pick, but we'll have to see. I don't know, man. Kind of bored of cha-cha-cha. And straight out of the gate, wise, Minnesota does look a lot more comfortable, I think. 2 SSs. Reaper's finding a break, but also Pooj missing on the pattern. And it's a 5k difference. Garrett finding a break. Unicorn and Pooj finding a break. It is Choi. Choi finding a break as well. It is Tyrizzle with the only FC in the lobby right now. And as I said, high AR is what this Minnesota team is good at. And Tyrizzle just looks ultra super duper comfy. 94 AC, but it doesn't matter. Reaper's also having 98.99 actually. I mean, that's insane. 99.04 has a miss, but it's fine. Tyrizzle with 95 and Garrett with almost 98. I don't know what happened there. And it's a 400k difference. And I mean, you can see why I said this was not the best pick from the side of Washington. Because I mean, this Minnesota team, if they're good at one thing, it's definitely high AR. And picking into that as a first pick is a little troll in my opinion. But Tyrizzle, you know, on this FC, let's see if he can close it out. And Garrett also with this one slider break. Let's see how they do. And I mean, there's a couple hundred combo left for Tyrizzle, and the song kind of, you know, winds down after this. And I mean, Tyrizzle hits it. And we're just looking at him, all eyes on Tyrizzle right now to see if he will close out this FC. And it is a 900k difference right now. And Tyrizzle will, in fact, be closing out this FC. And there you go. It's a 1 mil difference. That is kind of insane. And I mean, that's kind of a starting point for Minnesota to build on this and to get so many more points. And I think all of the high AR picks now are like, you know, easy picks for them. Like straight out of the gate. And I think instantly I would just go into like freaking DT3 instantly. Like I wouldn't even think about it. Like I'd just be like, okay, like we won that, you know, that easily. Like I don't think there's any world where we do lose that unless they FC. And I think DT3 is just the correct option here. But let's see what they pick. They might, you know, have a different thought process than me. I'm not sure. I do think that was a really good break point and a very strong break point for Minnesota to have. Because like it's just free mod 1 into the DT1 and winning both of them just shows you are so much more consistent on this high AR and on tapping. And yeah, that's very important. Nice FC, Tyrizzle. If you're in chat and you're listening, nice FC, man. That's what I like from you. And Hard Rock 2 coming out. Understandable. Understandable. As I said, high AR, man. Any high AR pick is good. I would pick Hard Rock 2, to be honest. Like, that is a good pick for them as well. Hard Rock 2. I mean, that's okay. That's Hard Rock 3. It's Hard Rock 3. That is Hard Rock 2. Oh my god, I'm tired. Okay. Interestingly enough, I don't know. There is a world where Minnesota A kind of get consistency gapped here. Especially because this map is not an FC map for a lot of players. I think for me included, I think you have to be really comfortable and consistent on Hard Rock to actually FC this map. And I don't know, I'm like, there's just a lot of players, like, you know, that may not, they may be able to have the like skill cap Hard Rock but I don't think they will have the consistency to play this and the skill cap at the same time. So there's a world, but I also think, maybe this is just me, but I also think that Washington A do not look very comfortable on high AR in general. It seems like they have 2 good high AR players, and then, you know, their third player is just gonna have to be in and like grab as good of a score as they can. So we'll see. I do think eyes on Meepers, Choi, Tyrizzle, definitely like Unicorn Betrayal, holy, Unicorn, that's a fire name, by the way, that's a good name. But yeah, those guys will put up the good scores, I know that. And then Pujin02 can definitely surprise me. But, you know, keep an eye out for them too, they could have a very good score as well. So Golf's coming through. And I mean, I don't know, this is just fully, in my opinion, just a Minnesota, you know, they could get consistency gap, but also like probably not. So I'm a heavily, oh good lord, heavily favoring Minnesota here. But also banger song, I will say. Freaking love Camellia. I'm turning up my sound. It's so close. And Washington's winning on AC right now, which is interesting. Wow. And I mean, straight out of the gate, everyone looks like they are okay. Unicorn Betrayal is gonna find a break here, which is going to, yeah, another break there, which is gonna put actually like 3 FCs versus 2. Choi's also gonna find a break. 0-2 is gonna find a break. So that is Tyrizzle versus Meepers and Mooch. Tyrizzle is the only one holding now. Everyone finds the break. And I mean, like right there, you see what I mean by the high AR. Tyrizzle, only one holding. 90 AC, but it doesn't matter. It is a combo game. And I mean, you can't say that Washington's AC looks much better at all. Meepers also having 94, which is pretty good on this map. This map is decently hard to AC, and it's a 45k difference. And here, you need Tyrizzle to break if you're Washington here, and you need everyone. You need a full reset on the side of Minnesota. But this is a 5-minute long map, and we are 1/4 of the way there, and it's only a 50k difference. This is definitely surmountable. It's not insurmountable. But I don't know how surmountable it actually is. I need my Washington Goats to lock in, and Pooj missing is not the lock-in I need. And there's just no breaks. It's just everyone looks like they are in the zone. 0-2 finding that break just as I say that. Tyrizzle and Meepers holding combo, and Unicorn Betrayal, and Choi also holding combo. Meepers finding a break, that is huge. Tyrizzle the only one holding combo versus double 500 combo from Choi and Unicorn Betrayal. Tyrizzle needs to break here for there to be a little bit more of a chance for Washington to win. And we are halfway through the map now, and it's a 60k difference. It is close. Tyrizzle with 1k combo. 70k difference. And Tyrizzle, this lead is going to start to blossom and bloom. But also, Choi and Unicorn Betrayal are keeping it out. Unicorn Betrayal just finds a break just as I say that. And another break. And Poo's finding a break. It is just the consistency, the combos, and everything is there for Minnesota. It is 3 recovery combos, 2 recovery combos in an FC versus just Choi's recovery combo of almost 900 and a 100k difference. And I mean, this looks really hard. 1/3 of the map left. 114k on this 5-minute long consistency hard rock style tiebreaker style map. And yeah, Meepers finding a break there, not good, but it doesn't matter. I mean, Tyrizzle has kind of like, he's kind of cemented this map for Minnesota with this 1.3k combo, Choi having 1k combo, and 0-2 finding a break, Pooch finding a break. So it is just Choi versus Unicorn Betrayal. And I mean, if Tyrizzo misses now and Choi is able to hold till the end of the map, maybe this is winnable. But I don't know if that's even true. Tyrizzo is just making this gap insurmountable in a way. And I mean, yeah, no matter what the combos on the side do, it seems to always be Minnesota on top. Unicorn Betrayal finding a break, 0-2 trading just afterwards. But, I mean, Meepers and Tyrizzo will have more combo than Choi and Hooch combined. Hooch finding a break, that is not going to help. And 0-2 finding another break. Choi's combo finally missing. That miraculous combo, the saving light for Washington being drowned out. And Minnesota with Tyrizzo's stepping the 100K on this Hard Rock 3. This 5-minute long map. And I mean, the break coming in, but does it matter? Because it's a 400K difference. And it is all but over. Is this saying it's nothing but over? I think nothing but over would go different here. I think that'd be better. Okay, all good. 390K difference, Minnesota taking that, and that is just an insane score. 764K coming out of Tyrizzo. I don't know what to say about that, because that is probably one of the best scores we have seen. And it probably will be the top score on this Hard Rock 3. I don't think anyone's going to FC. And I don't think anyone is going to beat that combo. That act probably will be beaten. And someone's probably going to beat that score by a little bit too, just because act comfortability. But that score was kind of monstrous. That ability to combo and, you know, hold is, I don't know, man. That's kind of insane. That Hard Rock 3 is hard. Hard Rock 3 is really hard. So, you know, props to Tyrizzo for that score. That's a really good DT1 and Hard Rock 3 score. Good job, man. Yes, it's so banger. Hit it one time. Tyrizzo. Love you, buddy. Yeah, we did play DDT together. He was actually in on over me on many DT and Hard Rock maps. I miss you too, Tyrizzo. Yeah, I'm watching. I'm commentating, man. I got you. Hi, Choi. And that's hidden one. And I was saying it. Washington, they have to go into the hiddens here. They have to go into hiddens, they have to go into pre-mod 2, and they have to go into the no mods. That is their only way of really getting back into this match. Being down 3-0. But I believe. If there's one thing I believe in the Washington comeback. Also, this song is banger. Like, the map, I will say, I don't like it personally. I'm not like gonna drag and shit on it or anything, but I don't like it personally. But the song, banger. Also, I need a Cytosine translation, bro. I won't lie. Good luck, have fun. Goose Duck. Apparently, Goose Duck coming out. That's kind of insane. Luck fun. What? Okay, we're going into the map. It's gonna be Caffeine, Garrett, and Meepers on the side of Minnesota versus Unicorn Betrayal, Choi, and Humor. Yes. Is that a word? I don't think that's a word. Interesting. You know what's funny? Caffeine being in on hidden makes no sense to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not even like, it's the name itself. You know what I'm saying? Like, because like caffeine, you think like DT and you think like Hard Rock, right? You want to think like hidden, right? But this caffeine guy is in on hidden, and he's doing a dang good job. Meepers finding a break here, and caffeine also finding an early break. But it's a triple FC on the side of Washington A versus Garrett. Meeper's also finding another break. And it's just AC difference here is gonna keep this pretty much equal. Caffeine finding break, not good. And it's still a three-way on the side of Washington. And I mean, that's 4-5 misses. Humorous, the only one holding on right now. And that is huge for Washington. And that's a banger. That is a banger. And Humor is still holding. I think that was like 5 breaks there. Unicorn Trail and Meeper breaking as well. And I mean, this map is hard. This map is probably the hardest map in the pool, in my opinion, and it is for good reason. This map should have been in for the next round, for sure. Everyone hitting that triple, except I think Caffeine may have broken on it. And it's Humorous with a 600 combo here, making 1 to 50k difference for Washington A right now. The shining light that Washington needed, and that is important. That is huge. And that's 250k. And a 380 score for Humorous right now. And that is really good, because this map is really hard. I won't lie. And like, you're just seeing it. Minnesota is getting crushed on this type of map, and Humorous going to find a break, but it doesn't matter. 440k and rising, and we are 1/3 of the map left, and it's a 300k difference. And right now, this is what I mean by pick hidden into Minnesota. This is one of their weaknesses. This is what you have to exploit as Washington. And this was a damn good job of exploiting it with a almost 500k and climbing from Humorous right now. Good job, dude. And Caffeine finding a break. Meeper's finding a break. And I mean, this map is such a practice map. And it's the hardest map in the pool. I can't lie. It's a banger. It's a banger. The song is super good. And I'm very surprised. I think that Humorous's 500k is very good. Caffeine finding a break. Meeper's also finding a break on the same pattern. Unicorn Betrayal finding a break. Meeper scared. Humorous all finding breaks. Caffeine finding break. Literally everyone's finding breaks, but it doesn't matter because this score is already in the side of Washington. No matter what Minnesota does, it is all but over. And that is the first point for Washington. A huge first point. And now you know. And now you know the kind of maps you have to pick against Minnesota. You have to pick the hidden. And also probably the Nomad, because they will crush you on DT and Hard Rock. And Minnesota probably going to go into another Hard Rock, probably Hard Rock 2. Also, DC3 is more than open. They might not be feeling as consistent on the DC3. It is 250. Yeah, and the Hard Rock 1, obviously a pick. But I think leaving that for later is probably a little better if I were them. Wow. Sorry about that, stream. My ears just got blasted. Hard Rock 2 coming out. As I said, it makes sense. It's just the best pick for them right now. Also, banger, by the way. Holy. I won't lie, none of these songs are bad. Except like Cha Cha Cha, I don't personally like it, but none of these songs are like objectively, in my opinion, bad. Not that there's like an objective way to kind of like say they're bad, but like if I were to listen to them for the first time, I wouldn't say, okay, this song is shit. You know? Like Hard Rock 1 and RO32, that's what I thought. I was like, this song is not good, bro. But like obviously, like, you know, it was hard work, you know, trying to pool and like trying to understand like, you know, what players would like. And so, you know, obviously I don't want to shit on that. So like, you know, good pool overall, RO32. Personally, Hard Rock 1 was not it for me. But this Hard Rock 2 is a different story. Love me Lady Gaga, love me Blackpink, love me Sour Candy, and I mean, I love this song. I love, you know, the map as well. And you know, I won't stop glazing this map because this map is hella good. And I want you guys to watch out for Tyrese. This guy is good at Hard Rock, as we could see from the Hard Rock 3 score. And I mean, obviously, I don't know if Choi's gonna be in for this. Probably gonna be in for this. Unicorn Betrayal, and Humorious will also be in. Meeper's also really good, and Merp, another good Hard Rock player. So this is gonna be interesting. Hooge going in. Okay, interesting.
Now I'm undressing, unwrap sour candy. Unwrap me, unwrap me.
Okay, banger about to start here. Yes. Okay, boom. All right. Boom. Reaper's finding a first pick. Luch finding a break to trade. And Merp gonna find a break. Tyrese the only one holding on right now. Humorious and Unicorn Betrayal gonna be holding. And 95 on the side of Humorious, the highest act in the lobby other than Hooge, with this 97. And right now, Washington A are looking in the lead. And that is good for them, because they need a breakpoint, and they need it on a map. And I think this might be the map. Hooge finding a break, but it doesn't matter. Humorious and Unicorn Betrayal holding this double FC. Merp finding a break, that's not good. A double FC from Tyrese and Merp as well. Meepers as well. And that is a 33k difference. And Humorious finding a break, Tyrese finding a break, Merp finding a break. And it's a Meepers versus Unicorn Betrayal 1v1. Let's see who breaks first. And Unicorn Betrayal is going to be the one who breaks first. So Meepers is going to be holding this FC with 300k right now. With 93 act. And it's still a 30k difference. And it's not going down for some reason. And I wonder why that could be. And it's obviously because of the axe, I think. It's a 10k difference. And no one has combo except Tyrese and Merp's recovery and Humorious as well with a 200. No one has a huge combo. That's a 23k difference for Washington. They can easily win this. Merp finding a break. And it's so banger. 400k on the side of Humorious, but he finds a break. Tyrese having this combo. This combo is everything on the side of Tyrese right now. He needs to hold for a little longer. But there's so little time left, and it's 20k, and I mean, there's nothing you can do here. I think 50k difference. This is gonna be going up. That break is important. Unicorn Betrayal's gonna find a break. Wait. And the last note, 8k difference. That was a nail biter right there. And Washington A is gonna be taking that break point. That is huge. That is actually huge. And I think it was just third player. It really was just a lot of, you know, act difference. I mean, look at the 94 and the 93, which, you know, are good acts for this map, especially a Hard Rock 2 like this, versus the 91s on the side of Minnesota across the board. And yeah, like that act is what does it. And that's why on these Hard Rock maps, like I say it over and over again, the act shows comfortability. And like, it's so important to be comfortable in Hard Rock because shit like that can happen. Where like you're so comfortable, like, you know, you're so comfortable like holding combo or whatever, but you can just get like overwhelmed. And now, I mean, Hidden 3 makes the most sense. I don't think there's a better pick for them right now. Maybe Fremont 2, but they might get Hard Rock player gapped, so I'm not sure. I mean, what a close map there, and it really shows. Okay, yes, Hidden 3 coming out of Choi makes sense. And I mean, if they win this, they could honestly go No Mod 3 as well. I would not be mad with that pick, personally. Excuse me. Excuse me, wow. Okay. I mean, A Sparkle, Unicorn Betrayal, again, Unicorn Betrayal, maybe, I think all lobbying. Meepers, Garrett, and Caffeine. Maybe Caffeine going out? Okay, no. Well, I'm like tired, wow. Okay. Good looks coming out in chat. And boom, we're gonna be going in the map. I will say, I will favor Washington on this map, and I mean, especially, interesting. I think Humurius is not on this roster, which is interesting to me, because he just did so good on that hidden 3. Unicorn Betrayal finding a break. So right out of the gate, I think this is gonna be going towards the side of Minnesota. But Meeper's finding a break, and Caffeine holding 9k difference. And that's just because of this 98 on the side of Garrett. Meeper's finding a break is going to slowly bring it to the side of Washington. And Garrett also finding a break. So it's just not even a 3-way here. Choi is the only one I think FCing, but I don't even know if he's FCing. Choi finding a break, yeah. And 16k difference here to the side of Washington. And it is really just, I think the hidden comfortability is a little better on the side of Washington. Just finding less chip misses and stuff. Caffeine is going to be holding this only combo. As I say that, he does break. Unfortunate. But Unicorn Betrayal going to be holding the only combo in the lobby right now. Over 400. And we can just see it's Garrett versus Unicorn Betrayal right now. The battle of ACK versus combo. Garrett with this 98% ACK. And Unicorn Betrayal with this 500. It's 500 combo. A Sparkle, Unicorn Betrayal, Choi, a 3-way break on the side of Washington, and Garrett holding this 400 combo is going to be enough to slowly, and I think actually quickly, bring it to the side of Minnesota. And that's important. That is huge. Meepers finding a break is kind of bad. Well, I mean, there's no supporting, there's nothing on the side of Washington to really take this back. And Garrett has to find a break now, and he does, as I say that. Caffeine, you know, having a combo here, but finding a break, and it's just 3. It's just, you know, everyone triple breaking everywhere. Everyone breaking everywhere. This map is hard. It's a hidden 3, and it's one that is scary as heck. And it's a 30k difference. It's a 20k difference. It's going down. And I think it's equalizing just a little bit, because of these repeated breaks on the side of Minnesota, but it's still, because it's 98 on the side of Garrett, it's still going to be on the side of Minnesota. So Garrett, you know, stepping up here, a 3k, 4k difference, it's so close, it's in the hundreds, and it just keeps going back and forth. Choi having this 300 combo, and, you know, Unicorn Betrayal and A Sparkle finding these double breaks over and over again. 20k difference, Caffeine finding a break, Beavers finding a break. It's Garrett versus Choi here, and they both have similar acts, but it's a 10k difference, and we're going into the last bit of the map. We need breaks from the side of Minnesota. Beavers finding a break, that might be what they need. If Choi can hold on, Caffeine finds a break, that's huge, and it's on the side of Washington now, and it's going up. Unicorn Betrayal finding a break, but they cannot find any more breaks, and Washington A, on the last few patterns, are going to be taking this map by 20k difference, and that is messed up. Wow. 15k, every map being so close, every map being so hard fought. And I thought, for this entire map, that Minnesota is going to be taking it. But in reality, Washington A are going to step forward. They have so much to say. They have so much to still give to this match. And I mean, wow. And I mean, given this, score line, I think Hidden is a little scary, but both Hidden maps are off the table for Washington, and they've won both of them. This is a little interesting. I do think Nomad is their best option now. And now the score is tied up, so that's very good.
ここから見える景色を僕は信じたい忙しい毎日に追われて大事なものを見僕にはあり余るロマンスがあり余る少し贅沢をしすぎたみたいだ僕にはあり余るロマンスがあり余る少し贅沢をしすぎたみたいだ
Alright, what happens here in the map here? Pooch is going to be on Hard Rock. Sorry, no commentation. I got parent gapped for a bit there. Unfortunate. But Garrett's going to be on the Hidden. Tyrussel is going to be on Hard Rock as we thought. And 02 is going to be on the Nomad. Choi is going to be on Nomad. I would expect that. Pooch is going to be on Hard Rock. And Humirius is going to be on Hidden. And I mean, this is the hardest map in the pool, in my opinion, other than Hidden 1. And it makes a lot of sense. And it's just 10k difference straight out of the gate just based off ACK. And we've been seeing this a lot. Garrett being really comfortable on that Hidden, 99. And Humirius just having 97 and also finding a break. 02 Choi finding a break. So Pooch versus Tyrussel and Garrett. It's a 2v1 right now. But we're so like, not even far in this map here. And it's just, it's just 30k difference. It's light. It's definitely comebackable for sure. And I mean, most of these points have been so close. Tyrussel finding a break there is kind of huge for the side of Washington. It's Garrett, but Pooch finding that break on the Hard Rock. That's not good, and it's a 40k difference, and it's probably going to go up here. Garrett on this Hidden, doing very well. Tyrussel on the Hard Rock, matching Pooch pretty much. And Humirius finding a break, and Garrett is just going to be running away with this. A 60k difference between Garrett and Humirius here. And that difference is the only reason why Minnesota is actually winning this map right now. That's 100k. And you can see it right there. And seriously finding a break is not going to help. Because Choi is going to be able to build up some combo here. But Garrett, being the MVP right now, a 100k difference on the side of Minnesota here, and that's important. Especially, we're far into the map. We are almost a halfway, I think more than halfway through, and just 140k. And it's just Garrett. If Garrett can keep holding, they did this on the free mod one as well. And they just look ultra comfy on the hit end. Choi is holding this no mod 600 combo right now with good act 2, but Garrett is 99.4. What is that? And it's a 180k difference. And that, you could see the difference there. Garrett finding a break, that's not good. That could slowly bring it over to the side of Washington, especially because of these recovery combos. It's slow. But that break from Garrett is heartbreak, and Choi needs to hold. Pooj breaking immediately after. That's not what you want to see. And it's slowly going to the side of Washington. And there's so little time left. This is comebackable if Humurius and Choi both hold. And if we see more breaks on the side of Minnesota. That's 80k, and it's going down. Humurius finding a larger chain break. That is actually probably going to end it here. Unless Choi has enough time, but I don't think he does. And that is 1k, and right at the end of the map, Washington is going to be taking it. Alrighty, sorry chat. I'm gonna have to probably give the stream off to someone else. Sorry about that. Bad commentation from me. I was getting parent gapped, so all good. We will be going into Nomad 5. Very fun, very exciting map. Love me my precision, and I think it works really well in the pool. I will say I probably favor Minnesota a little bit on this map, but we did see Washington A take the Hard Rock 2, so obviously could be a Washington point as well. And I think Washington is a little better on the Nomad. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Alrighty. Alrighty, Gulf's coming in, and Project Will is here. I'm gonna be giving the stream off to you. Thank you. See ya.
No problem. You do whatever you need to do.
Thank you.
And it looks like I made it just on time, if I'm correct. This is the beginning of Nomad 5. What's the situation here? Minnesota has 3, Washington 4, an early break from Meepers and Unicorn Betrayal. But this map is relatively long, so we should be fine. And it's clear to see that there's not really anyone who has stable comfortability on this map. We do have Humorous holding the SS for the time being. Unicorn Betrayal continuously finding breaks. MRRP Merp has 96 AC, and he seems to have the highest score. Humorous is finding his first break now, 50k score difference. This is going to shrink a little bit as we progress through the map, but it is pretty calm. I love this song too. It's very, very relaxing. I'm sure this is a good nerve coolant for anybody currently playing this match. Unicorn Betrayal finding another break, traded out by Merp. We're hitting the break here. Meepers not happy about that little bit of a miss right before the break. Rizzo unfortunately losing that 200 combo he was building up, and the 70k score difference is only going to grow bigger as Koi H has found his rhythm. We're getting into these squares and a little bit bigger, more space jumps, bigger sliders. And Koi is just relentless. Rizzo finding another break. Koi looking for that 400 combo. Unicorn Betrayal once again going down. It's Koi, it's Humorous who's building this lead for Washington A. And they are going strong. Halfway through the map, Humorous finally to break Koi as well. Traded by Merp, but 200k is quite a hill to climb. Currently, Minnesota only has Rizzo to somehow combat that, but how long can he hold on? Looking at accuracies here, on the left side for Minnesota, we have 94, 89, and 95. Very impressive. And then 97, 96, and 93 for Washington. So it's relatively even. The accuracy is definitely in favor of Washington here. Meepers finding that break. Rizzo still building up that combo, but that 87 AC is going to make it very difficult for him specifically to try and do something for his team here on this 260k score difference. Koi with a little bit of a happy dance there. He still has to close out the map. But you know, with 440k, the last break, I'm sure you're very confident in what could happen here. And I don't believe there's enough time here for Rizzo to make a miracle, especially with Unicorn Betrayal closing out the map with 300 combo for his team. And we're going to see the score go 3-5 in favor of Washington A. We are now moving on to match point. And this can decide it all. Only 3 people missed on that ending pattern. Very impressive. 330k score difference, and that is the end of No Mod 5. Now, I was a little bit of a fill-in, so I'm not sure whose pick it is or how the players have been performing, but if the entire match has been like this, then I'm sure Minnesota definitely has something up their sleeve. It looks like a little bit of a third man happened on the left side of the screen, but it's okay. You know, people have to fill. I had to do it earlier today. It was not fun, but it happens. Oh wow, there's a lot of streams up right now. One of the streams is actually on Aqui's channel. We also have a D stream. I did not know this. Apparently we do. Oh my goodness, there's an F stream as well. Wait, how many matches are right now? This is kind of hectic. What's going on? Oh boy, I hope I'm not supposed to be casting one of those. Alright, let's take a look at this. Give me a moment. I will be opening up the rest of my little sheets and players and stuff. Ending of this map is a banger. Bro, I agree. It's also like the only part of the map that I personally can hit. So it's kind of cooked. Precision in tournament is how I burn my calories. Dude, precision when you have high combo at heart rate, oh my god, it's like running a marathon. Perfect example, Louisiana yesterday, Fluff on the HR2. He had me burning calories watching him play. Oh my goodness. A great performance from Louisiana the other day as well. That was a great match to watch. And a little bit of a smaller overlay here, unfortunately. But we are going to see DT3 coming out of Minnesota here. So we're going to have the finger control bursty type DT consistency map here. Any double tappers. Now Minnesota, if I recall correctly, they do have pretty great consistency. Although accuracy is lacking, they make up with it with high combos, you know. So going into this DT3, it kind of does make sense. You know, 255 BPM burst, 2 minutes 23 seconds drain time, 9.7 AR, very comfortable for most Usu players. Nevertheless, tournament players, it just comes down to who can hold their nerve, who can hold their combo, who can get better accuracy. So I'm sure Minnesota is definitely looking for 3 high combos going into this. We have Meepers and Tyrizzle lobby sitting, Humorous and Koi for Washington A. Unicorn's Betrayal going to come in. I guess he's double agent today. Pooge coming in. I hope I said that right, for Washington A. And we're going to see Garrett be the third for Minnesota A. And if I'm correct, if no more changes happen, players are going to start readying up. And these are the 3 for what could be the last map so far. If not, Minnesota has to win their own pick and then win Washington's pick to force a tiebreaker here. And I'm sure they're definitely rooting for that. We have good looks and good luck, have fun going out. I'm sure the map will start momentarily. And here we go. The weight of the world on Minnesota's shoulders here as they try to do one of their last-ditch efforts on the 6.13 DT3. Straight into it. Unicorn Betrayal finding that early break, so score difference is going to waver a bit. Not too drastic because of Ag. Garrett also with the early break, but won't make much of a difference as there is a 10k score lead in favor of Minnesota. That is going to shrink and most likely flip over if everything maintains. Garrett finding another break, and that's definitely going over to Washington A's. Oh, all FC's gone at Minnesota. Wow. We are nearing a quarter way into the map. On a map like this, that is kind of dangerous. There's not a lot of choke points as the difficulty stays consistent. Pooj and Koi don't show any signs of breaking anytime soon. But only time can tell. Unicorn Betrayal goes down, traded by Meepers though. Garrett having that nice recovery. You know, he's ready to pick up for his team if any mistakes were to happen on the side of Washington A. A lot of comfortability shown here during the easier parts of the map. And we're picking up a little bit here. Splatter's a little bigger. Aim is going to be a little more sharp. Snaps have to be a little more snappy. Unicorn Betrayal is going down once again for his team. But that is not the combo that Minnesota wants. It's Koi, it's Pooj. One of those FCs have to go. $360K score difference. Pooj is the one to drop with the 90% accuracy FC gone. That could be a little drastic for Washington. But a lot of work has to be done here from Garrett and Meepers on the side of Minnesota. Actually, all three players cannot afford a break. Pooj keeps finding them. We might see a little bit of a comeback here. Tyrizzle goes down. And players have now hit the break. They see the situation. They see the score. Accuracy lead heavily in favor of Minnesota. Minnesota still has a chance. Koi, weight of the world on his shoulders, surpassing 1,100 combo with 97 accuracy. Cannot afford to miss here. The score lead is going down slowly. And I'm not even sure if there's enough time, even if Koi were to break now. What a great way to hold down for his team. An FC from Koi to close out the match. Washington A taking it 6-3. What a very, very demanding win here. An FC for Washington A. Just simply beautiful. Cinema, if you ask me. Now Washington A can rest easy knowing that they're here for another week. I'm not sure if this is a loser's bracket or winner's bracket. I'm sorry for being misinformation. But a well-fought match from both teams. Minnesota, if you guys are not getting kicked out this week, I wish you best of luck next week. And if you are, I really do hope you come back next year because that was fun. For the 3 maps I was here, for the 2 maps I was here, it was very entertaining to watch you guys play. Calmly calculated gameplay, unfortunate breaks. I don't know the situation, but it was impressive for the time I was here. I'm not realizing C26 and 23, that was a pretty good match, pretty close match. Oh wait, I never got to see Neo Blazer 21 play. No. It's fine. I'll watch the real one play later. So here we have it. Washington A. Going forward. It's a round of 8. Should probably take this time to see if it's winner's bracket or loser's bracket. Okay. Okay, so Washington A, this was loser's bracket. So unfortunately, Minnesota's run is over here. But Washington A cannot rest easy. They're playing either NorCal or Connecticut in their next run. So it is going to be a little brutal for them here on out. Their bracket is not forgiving at all, but it's clear after watching this match that they're here to compete. They're here to try and go for a comeback here in the losers bracket, and they want to win. And hopefully next week we're going to see them try their absolute hardest and maybe somehow push out an upset here as a C23. Other than that, we will close out this match. My name is Project Will. Before you had Cytosine, also known as Alua, commentating, and I would like to give a big thank you to our streamer Featherblade for putting in time to procure the stream as well. And congratulations to both teams for great performances, and I hope they do great moving forward. Have a good one, guys. Oh wait, actually, before we leave, I believe the teams are playing tiebreaker for fun. I'll actually stay and watch that if anybody else wants to. Oh boy, they are playing tiebreaker. Wait, this is kind of fun. Are they on the right sides? Yes, they are. Caffeine, Merp, Tyrizzle, Koi Uners. I don't know if anybody else is in the lobby, but these are the 6 we see. Everybody's playing no mod. Yeah, this is great sportsmanship. Minnesota, although just losing, here to stick around. Oh, we do have a mod. Tyrizzle on the Hard Rock. Oh my goodness. That's some crazy confidence. I respect it. Humorous finding that early break. And it's very obvious out of the beginning of this map to see who's comfortable and who's not. Merp and Caffeine both holding those 97 FCs. Koi SSing. Will that hold true after the stream? I won't, unfortunately, right before that slider. He does preemptively click a little bit there. He's still holding a 99.22. Accuracy seems to be the issue on the left side for Minnesota. Washington, it's just kind of the uniform betrayal. Combo gaming for his team, but OSU's a combo game. Accuracy's placebo. Although he does drop it, unfortunately. 544 combo for Koi. It's obvious to see who has the higher skill cap here. Let's see who misses on the stream. Nobody does. Everybody hits it. 12K score difference. All players see it. I personally think that's the most brutal thing about this tiebreaker. Those little like a pause into that little like stream into the snap and the huge slider. I don't know. I feel like that's just nerve killing because you know it's coming and they give you time to prepare for the worst. Unicorn Betrayal finding another break, but his teammates finding their newfound comfortability here. These sliders, these doubles look like they mean nothing to them. As for the rest of the lobby as well. Great recoveries on the side of Minnesota. If any of the big combos were to break, and there goes one, Humorous is down. We're now entering the 1/3 part of the map. The score flips over, Koi is gone as well. We have 1,000 combo on Merp, 600 Tyrizzle, 500 Caffeine. They are relentless. They're still growing in that combo. The score difference is going up, not down. This is the tiebreaker we could have had. Unicorn Betrayal keeps finding those breaks, but he seems to be vibing, so I'm not sure if that matters. Happy about his win, might as well. Koi, very persistent in rebuilding that combo. 98 accuracy, 98.43, the highest in the lobby. The only other player with 98, Merp, who's holding that 1,300 combo. The 170k score difference in climbing is very threatening though. A little bit of a slow section here. Tyrizzle has also transcended 1,000 combo on that Hard Rock. Even though he just broke, I think that's an achievement. You know, I don't think I could get 200 combo with Hard Rock. A lot of respect to that player here. Alright, and here we go. Not a single player tripped up by it. Nerves of steel here from all 6 players. We are now entering the final third of the map. And if I'm correct, there's only one more break. And this should be the last PI. So everything that could ever change has to happen here. Also, I didn't notice, but Merp did actually go down a little bit before the break. Yeah, I suppose I was busy looking elsewhere. But the highest combo in the lobby is actually going to Humorous. Approaching 700, the score difference is slowly but surely creeping towards Washington. The Uniform Trail is finding that break. So the score difference is going to be a little stagnant here. Although the 800 is very threatening and the 400 support. Minnesota does have pretty big combos of their own to slow down this score, flipping over to the side of Washington. Caffeine, unfortunately, with a miss aim. Pyrizzle getting punished a little bit by the hard luck here. Unicorn Betrayal also finding a break. The combos now lie on Humorous, Koi, and Merp. Humorous has finally transcended 1,100 combo. Koi looking to push 1,000 combo, and Merp trying to get over 500. Will they all hit the stream section? Top half of the screen is gone. Bottom half all makes it through. The score difference is now 130k. It is shrinking slowly but surely. I don't believe it'll be enough. Even though we have this very impressive and huge combo from Humorous, he is getting punished a little bit by that 95% accuracy. And there we have it. 100k in favor of Minnesota. A future that could have been. But either way, great performances throughout the match. Through this fun TB, saw an S rank out of Humorous, 0 misses. Steve Slider is bro's worst enemy. But well fought every single time. Now, if I'm correct, there should be like 47 other streams currently up. And those are all matches that are happening right now. So I'll give you guys a quick rundown of who's where and what's doing what. So the stream on B is over. I believe that was moved to D. Wait, this is like very confusing. I'm not realizing. Okay. This is how this works. Okay, so Florida C versus Texas C is currently on Aqualu's channel. Of course, 0-1, Texas C just took 3mod1 as a map. And then on the 5USC team is the Indiana A versus South California A match. Sorry. And on the C stream should still be at the end here, New York E versus Georgia B, unless they did start a different one. Nope, it's Florida A versus Michigan A. And we're actually going to make our way there. I hope you guys will all support the teams here for Florida A, Michigan A. And once again, thank you for watching this match. And I hope all the support you guys have gave both these teams in the comments. In the chat, I mean, we will also give some teams that we are now going to raid. I personally will be watching Twisty's performance, as he is one of my favorite players in this tournament. So until next time, guys, have a good night.